What's up, everybody? Coming back to you live again. DR.SHADE here. Today we're going to be discussing two different topics at hand, one of which is in the tower and the other which is in the Wrath of the Machine raid. Doesn't matter what difficulty you're in, whether it's heroic or normal, you can still get it done. Now, we're going to start with the tower since it's the most easiest, and whether or not it is or is not something, we'll figure it out. Now, this is in relation to Bungie having opened up the Iron Banner location. Now, the door that's right there above the Vanguard room, where Iron Banner used to sit with its glorified self. Let's see. Well, if you go into the area where the speaker is at, there is a rotating diode with 6 different totems that have glowing orbs on them. Now, I noticed that in the tower there are 3 different orbs that you can actually interact with, you know, kick them around, play soccer with them, or you can just grab the soccer ball and do the same thing. One is found right next to the Cryptarch. Well, that's one of 2 places it spawns that I know of. The other one spawns right there behind the bounty board, either behind or right next to it. So let's start off with that. It would spawn right here on this table, or as you can see here above my head, spawns right here. Now the other 2 spawn in the Iron Banner location, where one would sit right about here on this drum, and the other one sits back here on a set of boxes. Now they're both there. They're not showing up for me because it seems that 2 other players had grabbed them. But I will show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. Man, my agility is so bad. Alright. So here's the rotating diode that I was talking about. Spins in different directions, stuff like that. But these are the orbs that I'm talking about. Now if you notice, when you kick the orbs that you can actually interact with, they glow just like these. So I was thinking to myself one day, what if they actually go here? I mean, think about it. You can have 6 people in a fire team, max. There's 6 orbs. So where are the other 3?
There was nothing more you
Guess we're all gonna have to work together and figure it out. But one of the orbs can be kicked into here, another here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other 2 make 6.
No, we aren't.
Now, that's just the beginning.
Thank you,
There's one more set of information that you guys might get a kick out of. Now everyone right now, because of Rise of Iron, since it's come out, people have been farming, people have been, you know, just doing nothing but running raids religiously. And the main one just so happens to be Wrath of the Machine. Mainly because it's new, it's got cool looking gear, but in my opinion it's not as good as Taken King. But I guess we'll say screw it here, and I'll just throw in a little bit of extra stuff. Well, if you watch my videos, you'll know that I show everyone tips, tricks, and secrets. I've never shown anybody this on YouTube because I've never posted it, but I've shown a lot of my friends. Now, if you hover over the first Ingram, and as you can see, it says press X to decode. If you hit it as fast as possible, you'll walk away with so much more than what you have right now. And as you can see, I have 12 Ingrams. Now watch the right side of my screen. As I said, and you see my Cryptarch score just went up 1,075.
I hope you'll get some rest.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As I said, I had 12 Ingrams, and I've already walked away with a lot more. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Actually, that wasn't one. That was 16. So I walked away with 4 more Ingrams than what I had on me. Now, some of you may try and argue this, but everyone has their own opinion. Test it out. Maybe it'll work for you. But remember, you have to rapidly press X. Now, on to what it is that I was initially going on about. Now, when you start, no, actually, correction, not start, but when you are later on in the Wrath of the Machine raid, you get to a room where you're about to drop down into the room with access. You run down a really long staircase, and you have to run through a room that's got a floor that lights up. It lights up a baby blue, and then you drop down a hole, you land in the room with access. Then you do your first phase, and then you do the second phase. But don't start access yet. Don't even drop down the hole yet. The reason why I say this is because if you run around that hole, at least on the flat ground, not the curved ground that's right there next to the hole. I'm talking the flat ground that you start off on right before you drop down that hole. That is not the only floor that lights up. If you run around it, you'll see that all the floor lights up. This is the map of that room. How do I know this, you ask? What makes me so sure that it even does anything? Well, to answer that, I don't. Why? Because I haven't tested it out myself, but I have a hunch, and normally my hunches are right. Now this is a little map of the room that you actually exit before you go down the stairs. This is where you go and pick up that last chest before fighting Axis. You have the little cylinders that you step on to do the monitor Easter egg. And then you get whatever is out of the chest that's in the center. This is a little walkway that you can run around. This looks the same. Yes, I know. This could also be nothing. Now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cylinders. Not counting this one or that one. Now, like I said earlier, how many people are in a fire team when you do raids? 6. Each one representing a guardian. So, when you're up in the room here, set your guys in your fire team up in this pattern. I promise you it won't change. Now, whether or not it lines straight up with how this is, I don't know. But when I first saw this little square, to me it looked like it was a representation of this room. Reason being is because this could represent this. These two pillars. The stairs. So if that's the case, facing it this way, you'd be lined up with the room this way. This cylinder can match either that pillar or that pillar, but in the correlation to this map, if it is a map, this pillar matches that one. So if this lines up this way, that means that when you drop in, you're going to drop in somewhere around here. So if you drop in somewhere around here, you're going to match it. Match every single one of these with this. So that means you're coming in this way. somehow, either this way or this way. And this is the hole, because that could also be mid, right over there. This is mid for the raid. Now, in correlation to this, that means you have to have a guardian standing directly to the left, where you enter. No one here, and then everybody else around. So that means if you have a guardian right here, doorway's right here, that means directly diagonal from him or her, you have another person, and then you just line it around, and you're golden. I'm pretty sure. Now, I was talking to one of my friends, and they said that there's a possibility that a bunch of Ingrams or a chest or something can fall from that right there. Who knows? It could also be a boss, like a mini boss, you know, an ultra, you know, anything. And they could drop down, you kill them, and you get some pretty good loot. Who knows? Test it out. Get back to me. Because I know for sure that I'm going to be testing it out myself. But, there you go, guys. A mini Easter egg in the raid. Could it be, or could it not be? That is the question. Alright, guys. Once again, coming to you live from my mother's basement. DR.SHADE vids. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll figure something out. Now, on to my next video. Peace.